Hello cleaning fans, this is a quick video just to explain some of the tips for using the Bissell Spot Clean Pro. First of all, you get the main unit here. You also get two attachments. This is one of the attachments. This is a larger attachment. This is the one that you might use for cleaning parts of carpeting. And then this smaller attachment here is what you might use for cleaning parts of upholstery and chairs or whatever, even small spots on carpeting, but basically just smaller products. They're both basically the same, right? They have a similar shape. They have some brushes here, nylon brushes, and this is where the suction will come through for soaking up the cleaning solution, and then this is where they attach to the hose, which we will show you now. It also comes with a container of cleaning solution. This is concentrated cleaning solution, and what they recommend is only one cap for each full load. So that's kind of how that works. So let's just look quickly at how this all comes together. First of all, let me see if I can rotate this so you can see a little bit better. Okay, this is the back of the unit, and you pull up on the small handle, and out comes the reservoir for your cleaning solution. And we're going to fill that up in just a minute. I'm going to put that right there. You can see it stands up. In the back side of the unit, right here, is the container for the dirty solution and dirty water. And you'll notice it's actually larger than the cleaning solution. I assume that's because you might want to make several trips to put in fresh cleaning solution and maybe not want to empty your dirty water so often. So this looks like it can hold about three of these. Now there's an important thing to notice here, that when you push this way all the way back, in order to get this thing open, you first have to rotate this all the way back like this, and it gets caught a little bit right on that plastic, but you do that, and then watch this. That comes right out, and then you can empty this entire thing into your drain, okay? That's all there is to it. Now this connects underneath here with these little holes here, whereas the cleaning solution has a little tiny siphon hose, and that fits right in there like that. All right, we're going to look at this and filling these up and show just kind of how this works. Okay, and we're going to put this all back together in just a moment. But now we're going to fill these. We're going to fill the container and do a quick demo. Here's my sink. I'm going to turn on the hot water because we want to use hot water. I have my cleaning solution reservoir ready. And I got my hot water ready to go. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cleaning solution in, because I want to put the water in and that'll mix better with the cleaning solution rather than doing the other way around, because if you first put in water, then cleaning solution, then you got to kind of mix it up. It just, I think, mixes better by putting in the one cap, just like that, and then that goes right in there, like that. Wasn't very much, it's one cap, but this is a concentrated mixture. All right. Now if you have to, for some reason, get rid of other odors or things, for instance, I might use this stain and odor eliminator, I might put a little bit of that in there too. Why not? I'm not going to put too much in, maybe just a quarter cup, maybe less, just as a demo. There it is. All that mixes in. Of course, if you mix in anything with your cleaning solution, you want to make sure that it does not affect the color or damage any of your fabric or anything else that you're cleaning. Okay. Then I'm going to take my hot water and fill that up. Now, there is a fill line right here. You can just barely see it right there. It says fill line, so that's the maximum amount you're going to want to use of water. And then you just basically put this siphon hose goes in, and you put on the cap snug, not over tightened, just snug. And then if you tilt it upside down, see, a little bit of water, but now it's okay, and it's ready to go into the unit. Let me go get that. Now there's only one way you can put this on, so it's going to go into this smaller side right here. You got a handle right here. There's going to be some dripping. There you go. And now it's in. Now again, there's going to be some water, there's going to be some dripping, everything like that. So expect that. Don't do this on your fanciest floors without, cleaning it up or putting down some type of material or a towel or something to keep any water from damaging your floor. Okay. Now we're going to put in the other unit part. This is where the dirty fluid will go. Okay, and down. Now you notice when I had it out, in order to get the top off, I had to pull it back past this to get that off. So in order to use it properly with your cleaner, you need to put it all the way back. And it goes on like that. You don't have really anything to hold on to except for the body itself. And that just slides right on just like that. Now, you're going to take your hose, which is right here. There's a little tiny thing here which can hold the hose in place, like that. But you can take your hose and put on the connector or the attachment right like that. That's all there's a little tiny button here. Take it off. There it is off. There it is on. And then there's a little tiny trigger here. And when you push that trigger, out comes the solution right here. And it sprays down. And while you're doing it, it will suck up the cleaning solution. Okay? Now, let's try it out. I'm down here in one of my rooms, and I'm going to do two different kinds of cleaning examples. I'm going to just do a spot clean on some carpeting, and I'm also going to do a cleaning of the upholstery of a chair. So let's do the carpeting one first. So I'm going to go down here to where the carpeting is, and we're right down here, and we're going to look at this, and we're going to take this unit here. I'm going to uncoil the cord. I don't need to go very far with the cord. I'm going to plug this in over here. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do here. We're just going to clean this up here. I'm going to take out the hose thing. Now this is noisy, so be aware of that. And I'm going to clean up basically this little area right here. Now the first thing you should do is you should vacuum the area. If it's a carpeting, you should vacuum the carpeting first. That'll get any particulate matter or large pieces of dirt or debris out first by suction, and then we're going to do essentially the washing with the Bissell. All right, so I'm going to turn on the unit with the power switch. Then I take my thing here, and I'm going to push on the trigger to release the solution. Now you notice I push the trigger on the time that I'm doing down this way, and then I let go as I go back up. So I trigger and release. And I can go back over this spot without pushing the trigger, and that gets some of the extra cleaning solution and moisture. Let's take a closer look. So you'll notice what I did is that I went over some of the other areas again to suction up any remaining or extra or excess moisture just to try and dry it up as much as possible. And I'm going to let it air dry, of course, for the rest. Now let's try cleaning this chair upholstery. Now I've gotten the upholstery pretty wet, so I'm going to just use the suction now without pushing the trigger to get rid of any additional moisture. You see how it's taking up the extra moisture, the excess water? And I'm just taking my time with it. Now there's a little area here I want to scrub more. So I'm going to do a little more moisture and do a little scrubbing. Little trigger, little fluid, little bit of scrubbing. Little trigger, little scrubbing. Little more. And just try to scrub out that whole area where I think I had a coffee stain or something. I don't know, it's a very old chair. Using these bristles just to kind of get some of that scrubbing action. And now I'm going to just go over again without pushing the trigger, just to get any of that extra moisture out of there. And you can see in the clear window there, the moisture is coming up. When you see all that bubbling water, that's the water that's being sucked out of the fabric. So as long as we're getting moisture while we run over it, we're going to keep doing it until we don't really get any more water. Now you'll notice right here at the edges, I can probably get a lot more. No, I guess not actually. Picking it up pretty well. And I'm just gonna do it one more time. That is, I'm just gonna drag over, just suctioning up any excess water. And you see how the window's basically just mostly nothing coming up. I am providing a good amount of pressure. Okay. Okay, so I've done pretty much this whole chair here. Now the chair is damp, so I'm going to let it air dry. And I could also take the cleaner to it again, maybe do a second application tomorrow, depending on how it looks. But I would say it looks pretty good. I see a little bit of stain left. You know what? As long as I'm here, I might just give it a second application right now. You can also use two hands to provide extra pressure. You want to get that, this is where the suction is, so you want to put that right on the fabric. And you're watching through there to see if anything comes through. There we go. Okay, now I have to say, where the chair was, there's a little bit of moisture on this carpeting here. Probably some overspray. So I'm just going to suction that up, just like that. Really nothing significant, but this essentially is like a wet vac. It's sucking up any water or anything else. Okay. Now that we've done this great cleaning project, we cleaned the chair surface, and we've also cleaned a little high traffic area here of the carpeting. Let's go ahead and empty out the dirty water and basically finish up with this and clean it up. So just going to coil everything up, going to unplug it and take it back upstairs to the laundry room sink. Okay, we're back up here in the laundry room. We're going to empty out the containers of the dirty water and the cleaning solution and just make sure that everything is sort of cleaned out for the next use. We don't want to put it away with anything in the container. We don't want to put it away with any moisture that might be trapped in there. So we want to make sure it's open and airy and air can get to it so that it dries out, because you don't want to leave water in there and moisture, because mold can accumulate and that would be bad. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here's the cleaning solution. There we go. Now, as you can see, we probably only used about 1/3 of that moisture, which makes sense. You know, we only did a small, probably a 1 foot square patch of carpeting and about a 1.5 foot square patch of fabric on the chair, and then a little bit more carpeting after that. So we did all that cleaning with this much solution used up. Pretty good. It's mostly water anyway, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to take off this cap, pull out the siphon, and I'm going to pour it into the sink. No sense in saving this. Okay, I've emptied it out, but now I'm going to rinse it out with some water. Cold water is fine. Just rinsing that out. And I'm going to rinse out the little siphon thing too. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to put this back in. Water gets in places. I'm not going to leave this, I'm not going to reattach this. I'm just going to kind of leave it hanging there so that air can get in and out. And I might even store it upside down just to make sure all the water can get out of there. Okay, and then we'll put this over here for now. Then we have our cleaning solution, our dirty water. Well, there it is. What do you think of that? So that is what we got from just cleaning that small area of carpeting and that small area of fabric on the chair. What do you think about that? Okay, so we're going to pour this out, and remember, we got to push this all the way back like this, and it hits there. We got to put that over there, and off comes this, and then we can just pour this into the sink. Do not drink this. Wow. That did not look good at all. So we're going to now rinse this out with cold water. Just like that. And done. Okay. Now, if you're wondering what this little movable thing is, inside here, there's a little tiny thing. When the water gets to a certain level, the solution or the dirty water, it'll shut off the, I believe it will shut off the suction so that you can't take any more in, so that you don't overfill it. Okay, so we're going to leave these covers off and so that air can get to it. I'm just going to place it in here, and I'm just going to kind of leave it in there like that. And then I'm going to put this one over here. I'm just going to set this on top like that. And that's how I'm just going to let it sit, let it air dry for whatever time it takes to just kind of clean up. I'm going to put this on the floor. And that's it. So make sure you read some of the information here in your trusty guide. And if you need to get more cleaning solution, you can buy that. And that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed the video.